Season 2 is, the stakes are higher, the pace is up, there's a lot more action, there's a lot more threat. There's a very real threat in their lives. Catherine has, like you're saying, Catherine has pretty much abandoned everything in her life in order to find this person. And it's all driven by this deep-rooted feeling she has toward justice. And she feels like if she can fix this stuff with Vincent and make it okay with him, it'll fix everything else in her life, which is obviously a flawed belief, but it's what she's hanging on to. I mean, she's lost her mother, she's, you know, lost her father by the time, or the person she thinks is her father by the time the first, well, it's revealed in the first episode of the second season. So the show is going to be more intense, I think, for an audience to watch. I think that, you know, my understanding of Catherine in the beginning was probably more shallow than it is now. Catherine's a very interesting woman who's gone through a lot in her life, and although she is strong, her strength comes from a lot of flaws, and so the reason that she fights is because she has such a strong belief in right and wrong. But as we know, Catherine will let that kind of line move depending on the circumstances. So my thoughts on Beauty and the Beast, I mean, I think thematically it's still the same. You know, the theme is really seeing the worst in somebody else and loving them for that, and them in that process being able to love themselves. And that's what Catherine and Vincent are doing for each other. So those themes are still the same, but definitely she's not a damsel in distress by any means. She's very capable. Well, I'm lucky in that I have good genetics. Thank you, Mom and Dad, and all the diversity in my heritage. But also, you know, I work out 2-3 times a week, which is what I've always done. I also have a really good base because I was a competitive gymnast and I did karate for years and years and years, and I'm like capable that way. Like I don't need to be a bodybuilder, so that's good. And I have a very, like, this is so weird to talk about oneself in this way, but I have a strong body, so that helps me with everything that I have to do on the show. You know, I do think about it, and honestly, it starts with a script, right? And am I drawn to a script? And sometimes I'm not drawn to a script, but something keeps coming at me, you know, and I'll really consider it. And then it becomes about, well, the character, but also, like, what else can I learn from this experience? So sometimes I wish I was more picky, but then I don't know if I'd ever work. Like, I think there comes a point where I need to be realistic. Like, this is what I have. I have opportunity-wise right now. If I don't take anything, then I am sitting at home, you know, twiddling my thumbs. So I think it's very nice of you to say that, and I feel like I'm both picky and also practical all at once. I honestly, when I look at everybody that I admire, they work so hard, and they keep putting stuff out there. And I think in this day and age, we're lucky. Like, we have so many ways to put our work into the world. But keep making stuff is my whole thing. Like, just make stuff. Make whatever you need to make, and just keep doing it. If you have an idea, like, create it. Push, push, push. And I think also continue to learn. I feel like there's this kind of taking things in and then moving them out. And there's a process of learning that I think every artist can do. Take in as much as you can about the world, and then just share your experience of that, and work hard. I think effort is so important.